Hi, I'm Dr. John Izzo. Today I'd like to talk to you as a leader about a very important concept, and it's simply this: that every person who works for us has a purpose. Every person who works for us has a reason they get up in the morning besides a paycheck. And if we can tap into and understand that sense of purpose, amazing things can happen. Now, the research shows that when people work from a sense of calling, a sense of purpose, when people know why they're coming in and the real difference they want to make, that they perform better on almost every metric that we care about as leaders. But the only question for us is, do we know that purpose, and are we doing things that activate that sense of purpose within people? Now, I want to tell you a wonderful story about a man named Max. Now, I never met Max, but I met the man who led him for many years. You see, Max was the lead custodian at the University of Montana Law School, and I met the dean who for several decades had a relationship with Max. And one of the interesting things is that he said to me that he always thought Max was a great employee. He was very likable. He did his job as a custodian with great care. But it wasn't until Max's retirement party that he realized Max's true purpose. You see, when Max retired, they had an event for him and invited all the former students to come. And the dean said he was shocked that scores and scores of high-powered lawyers from all over America flew at their own expense to come to Max's retirement party. And it wasn't until many of those lawyers began to speak that the dean understood Max and his purpose. You see, one by one, the lawyers got up and told amazing stories about the difference Max had made for them. One lawyer said, in my first year of law school, it was so tough, I was so overwhelmed. And I remember, Max befriended me, and one day he just pulled me aside and said, hey, look, I can see you're going through a tough time, but let me tell you, I've seen this happen year after year. The first year of law school is so tough. Now you hang in there, you've got it. Just don't let this overwhelm you. Everyone goes through this. Don't let it get you down. Another student said, in my second year of law school, I went through a divorce and I was going to quit. I just happened to tell Max one day, Max, my wife and I broke up and I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I just can't take it. And Max said, look, I can't imagine what it's like to go through a divorce in your second year of law school. Law school's tough enough as it is. But here's all I know is, if you just hang in there for a couple of months, just give it a couple of months. You can always quit. Any day you want to, you can quit. But if you just hang in there for 2 more months, would you commit to me just 2 more months? And if you ever need to talk to anyone, come to me. And he said, you know what? I hung in there for the 2 months and I finished law school, and I'm so grateful to Max. Another student said that her father had died while Max was while she was in law school. And Max would literally just sit with her some days. They just sit on the stairs. And they wouldn't say anything. And Max would say, I lost my dad. I know what it's like. And sometimes all you need is to sit with someone who knows what it's like to do that. And here's the interesting thing. The dean said to me that at that retirement party, for the first time, he realized what Max's purpose was, why he got up in the morning all those years, a purpose deeper than keeping the rooms clean or the water running. And he realized, I wish I had known sooner what Max's purpose was. I wish I had asked him where he found meaning in his work so I could recognize and appreciate him for his purpose, so I could really connect to and hear the wonderful stories of what he did. And then he said, and even more profoundly, I was aware that maybe there were many other employees who didn't have that sense of purpose that Max had, or weren't aware of their purpose. And I wonder what would have happened if I had asked them, what's your purpose? Why are you getting up in the morning? What excites you about work? What's the real difference that you want to make? I wonder, he said, how they might have performed better and how I might have found more meaning in my work if I had done so. So remember this: every person who works for you has a purpose, a reason they get up in the morning besides a paycheck. And the more you can draw that out of them, the more you can encourage that purpose, the more you can connect to it, the more meaning you will find for yourself as a leader, and the greater performance you will find from those that you lead.